Much like the damage of a forest fire, our spirits can experience similar natural disasters. A forest fire is ugly, dangerous. It wipes out all that's good, healthy, and beautiful. It exerts its will and power and overwhelms everything in its path. I think this is both a good and a bad thing. In nursing, I believe many of us come to a point in our careers where the forest fire has overwhelmed our soul and we haven't realized it or stopped to take a moment to really appreciate the offensive smell of the smoke that's filling us and surrounding us. Forest fires can be good because they rid the earth of the old so that creation can begin again, like the natural cycle of life. As we proceed in nursing, we may fail to do the important growth work that is so integral to how we care for others. We forget to periodically evaluate our own forest, to look for the old and the brittle, the dry bushes, the dry earth, the lack of flora. When you care for others, it's so easy to forget what your forest looked like when you began your walk on the trail. Our time is devoted to service for 36 hours, and then we go home for 4 days and spend half of that catching up on sleep, and the rest of it running around like mad to get all of our errands taken care of, the bills paid, the kids where they need to be. Keeping our insides watered and nourished aren't exactly items on the priority list. A forest fire can also happen when man forgets to respect and appreciate the innocence, peace, balance, and beauty of nature. He forgets to make the earth around him a priority, to give back. This is how man ignites a forest fire within our souls as nurses. Man refers to not only the people we care for, but our own selves. We care for our fellow man and care, and care, and care some more. At the end of the day, or at the end of 6 years, or at the end of 20 years, we've lost the greenery and possibility that were once in such abundance in our own forests. The shady trees are gone. The creeks have emptied of fish and water. They've gone dry. As he does in nature, man can keep taking until everything is gone and then stand before a desert before him, wondering what happened. Our patients take from us. They take our strength. They take our love. They take our hopes, our dreams, our compassion, and they take our patience. They forget, as do we, that a lake is just as capable of running dry as a creek. Humans are very good at setting fires not just in nature, but on the inside of each other. Nurses are experts. If rangers knew about us, we'd be banned from natural parks all over the country. Not only are our resources drained while we care for people, we drain each other by the way we treat each other. Instead of helping to put out the fires within one another to save the good things and help them to flourish and grow stronger and more beautiful, we throw matches in the middle of the beauty, stand by, and watch the destruction happen. The good thing about fires, they clear away all the bad stuff, and where there is destruction and ruin, there is also the possibility of creation. Things may never grow back the same or in the same place. Maybe there will be some completely different species of plants that crop up that have never been seen before. Therein is the beauty of how a nurse can recreate herself after a fire, or put the fire out and reevaluate the remnants, deciding what's necessary to keep and what's necessary to let go. The work of humans isn't static. Human beings are not static. We shouldn't expect or assume that our own inner forests will remain that way too. Life and change are one and the same. You will change, your heart will change, your colleagues will change, your dreams and goals pertaining to nursing will also change. We don't have control of change for the most part, but as nurses we can put out the forest fire that's burning its way through our profession. It's called horizontal violence. Stop and look at the nurse next to you. Don't look at him or her as a person, but as a very important part of the balance in nature. When you do this, it's a reminder that all living things need nourishment and careful attention and handling. What can you do to add to someone's forest so that it flourishes? You will love the change you feel when you realize what you've planted into someone else's spirit. In the same moment, discover something new about the nurse next to you. What's different in their forest from everyone else's? As you would stop and admire a rare flower on a trail, admire the something new and different about the nurse that's sitting next to you. Just as you would say, wow, look at this rare flower. There aren't any others like it. How cool is this? Share the admiration with the nurse next to you. You've just now made a small but very big change to their spirit and to the profession as a whole. If you realize that you are the one that's generating the smoke and the fire, or you've taken a look inside of yourself and realized there's only a desert left, well then, it's time to plop down in the middle of that desert, look around you for signs of life. It's there, and when you find it, you'll know what to do to grow your forest again. Is it time for a change in nursing specialty? Are you passionate about educating nurses or educating people? Maybe you've been ignoring the desire to get involved and learn more about nurse politics. Whatever that little piece of greenery inside of you is, do not make the mistake of underestimating its strength and possibility. The next time you're at work, get over the workplace politics, the gossip, who is answering the most call lights, or who is getting the best assignments, who got to be resource nurse for 2 days in a row, or who took 5 minutes too long on their lunch break. Maybe they needed that 5 minutes more. These are the matches and the gasoline in our profession. When you find yourself engaging in these behaviors, remember, you have the power to save and nourish the forest around you, or the power to contribute to its destruction and the depletion of your own inner forest. It takes a few seconds to water a plant or flower in your home. If each one of us took just a few seconds a day to provide some water and nourishment and soil to one another as nurses, just imagine how insanely, blindingly beautiful our forest would be, as well as its future.